We're live. I'm live. I am live. Hey guys, welcome to TNT Joe Fi Tech News that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. This is episode 44, something like that. Episode 44, Tech News that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. How's everyone doing this morning, this afternoon? It's 12 o'clock this afternoon for people in Central Time Zone, Eastern Time Zone. Good morning to people out in Mountain Time and Pacific Time. Okay, so I have a good amount of stories to go through today. They're not all coronavirus stuff, but there's some coronavirus stuff, and there's actually, I think, one thing that I wanted to go over with this whole coronavirus thing. And it was, hold on here. Let me share my screen. There we go. Okay, so there's this article. Well, there were a couple articles that I wanted to go through. Not to go through, but there were a couple articles that I read that talked about a tweet that was posted by Trump. And I'm not here to do this whole political spiel, but this is something that I want to talk about when it comes to misinformation and why misinformation can go horribly wrong. So this article that I found from IFL Science is a tweet that was posted by Trump. What is it? The 21st. So 3 days ago, where it says here, hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin, I'm probably butchering both of those, taken together have a real chance to be one of the biggest game changers in the history of medicine. The FDA has moved mountains. Thank you. Hopefully they'll both, H works better with A, International Journal of Antimicrobial Agents. Hopefully they will both be put in use immediately, saying pretty much, yeah, we need to get these working. People are dying, move fast, and God bless everyone. So that tweet where he even says here, put in place immediately, and some people apparently interpreted this as instructions to individuals, not researchers or clinicians. This came 2 days after a press conference where Trump announced hydroxychloroquine and the similar drug chloroquine have been approved by the FDA for this use, forcing FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn to clarify that is not actually the case. So this other article that was put here from Gizmodo says that a man died and the wife in critical condition from chloroquine after hearing Trump tout unproven COVID-19 treatment, which is wow. I just this is again me going into how misinformation plays a big part in our society. We're very influenced, right? Influencers and such, influenced by stuff that's out there, by what you see in social media. I mean, even when you see things online about remedies and cures for this and that, and I'm not just talking about COVID-19. I'm talking about like how to lose weight and this relieves whatever. It's stuff like that, and you see a lot of that stuff. And here you have somebody like Trump who has such a big following, where he kind of talks about these two, I don't know if they're drugs or whatever. And it's just that misinformation gets, I guess, read differently for some people. And yeah, so it says here an Arizona man has died and his wife is in critical condition after listening to Trump promote anti-malarial, because I guess this was to prevent malaria, the drug chloroquine as a treatment for the novel coronavirus, and deciding to take some themselves. So Trump has repeatedly brought up chloroquine as possibly being a, quote, very powerful treatment for the virus on the basis of a small French study. And that's another thing too, is they haven't even really approved any of this yet. And I heard or I read that taking both of them at the same time um, will produce a really bad heart arrhythmia. And just there's not enough conclusive evidence to say this is the cure. Um, I get that people are freaking out, but again, this is the power of being an influencer and having people see that and take it as word. I'm not saying what they did was, you know, go to your doctor first. Talk to your doctor if you feel like you. I don't. It kind of blows my mind. So, um, it says here, chloroquine can be extremely toxic when not administered under the supervision of a physician. Doses as low as 2 grams can be fatal, and it has a variety of severe side effects. In a statement to media, hospital system Banner Health wrote that the couple, who are in their 60s, ingested the drug and within half an hour experienced immediate effects, requiring admittance to a nearby Banner Health hospital. As Slate noted, Trump tweeted on Saturday that he believes hydroxychloroquine, a less toxic analog of the drug, should, quote, be put in use immediately. And on Tuesday, linked to an article citing a man who believes hydroxychloroquine helped him beat the coronavirus. So, there again, that's an anecdotal thing. He sees an article, he posts it. I don't know how, when you have that influence and that kind of power that can put other people's lives at stake, that's a scary thing. This is coming from somebody who wants to actually start talking about health. And I in my head, as I'm like trying to put these things together, I just want to make sure that this isn't for everybody. And I mean, this is something way like levels above. I just these are chemicals you're putting in your body that we don't really know much about yet. Um, I know there's going to be a group of people that are going to say, "Well, they were dumb. They shouldn't have done that." But um, there has to be some responsibility for the people who are promoting that kind of stuff too. Let's not forget that we are influenced, and there are people who are influenced a lot more easily than others. Uh, I again, this is me going back to being good people. And I don't know. I wanted to share that because I think misinformation is a big thing that's affecting us today. So despite this whole like coronavirus thing, misinformation in general, this is something that I think our society or our country or our world has been doing for a long time. And I sit here, and this is where a big part of me goes, this is a chance for me to start sharing information that I feel I can put accurate shit out there for people. Mike, Simply Your Device, the guy that I host the standard with, he always talks about has talked about being a champion of tech, right? Being kind of a role model or a leader to those who might be misinformed or who might not have all the information there. Um, it's weird because it's like I try to be light about everything that's happening right now because sometimes a little levity is helpful for me. But at the same time, my heart goes out to people who look at a tweet like that and kind of just take it as you know fact. That's a tough part for me to see. So yeah, it looks like the two people who ingested this hydroxychloroquine, the man he died from it, and the woman is in critical condition now. I don't know if there's much else I wanted to go into with this though. In an interview, the woman in question affirmed that she had heard the FDA had not approved the drug, but she added that, quote, Trump kept saying it was basically pretty much a cure. Oh my God, don't take anything. Don't believe anything. Don't believe anything the president says and his people because they don't know what they're talking about. This is a heartache I'll never get over. It's very sad. Um, let's see. I just FYI for anybody who's even thinking about this. It's just that's why I'm kind of going through this. Prematurely boosting chloroquine as a wonder drug with the potential to stop the coronavirus pandemic in its tracks isn't the only reckless strategy Trump has settled on as of late, as federal health authorities fumbled the availability of virus testing out the gate, issues that have yet to be fully resolved, and the number of confirmed cases across the US soared into the tens of thousands. Yeah. So I again, a big issue that we have to make sure that the information out there is proper, that people don't go into panic mode and they do things where they feel like they're sick, right? I mean, they didn't take it because they wanted to, they took it because they thought this was a way that was going to cure them from this virus, this disease. Again, just very sad to see. This might be my only article today for coronavirus. And I wanted to bring it to the forefront because it really kind of just it rubbed me the wrong way. So anyway, guys, I see chat's kind of going off, so I'm gonna try to change. I don't even want to have this on here right now. So let's try to change that mood, guys. Hi, how's everyone going? Let me go through here. I saw Brian earlier. Brian, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Typical NYC day at this point. Hey, Kit. What's up, Kit? Morning. Hey, Kit, real quick question. If you're still in the chat, did you get that internet stuff figured out or did you cancel it? Just for other people who don't know, Kit, I work with him at the News Org, and he's probably going to get mad at me for saying this, but Kit's internet, I had Kit do a speed test at home, and he has, just FYI, his internet is 18 down and 2 up. 2 up. And I said, maybe you should look into getting that upgraded. But then, so he was going to have somebody come this weekend. And then we just realized yesterday, oh, maybe it's not the best idea because of coronavirus. So actually our stream went well yesterday anyway, so maybe he'll be fine without it. Yeah, Brian says sad story led by confusion. Very true. 6 afternoon, everyone. Afternoon 6. Hopefully you don't clip anything bad that I say by accident that I don't mean to say. Listers RP, Robert, here to say hi. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream for however long you're in here. Appreciate you coming by. Let's see. Sean, what up? What up, Sean? What's going on, man? How you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's see. Brian says Trump over promises and under delivers. Yeah, we kind of all know this. Munchie, yes, please don't drink that shit. Yes, please don't drink that shit. Munchie, thanks for making the stream, man. Appreciate you coming by and saying what's up. It was mentioned that the drug was in product meant for, yeah, actually, I read that it was for fish tanks or cleaning fish tanks or something like that. I'm not really sure. Munchie says, but someone in a position of power said it might fix it. That's where the problem. Yeah, I mean, being in that kind of position of power there's a lot of responsibility. That sounds cliche, right? The whole Spider-Man, with great power comes, but it's very true. And I think as somebody that has that position of power and has that kind of influence, it's important to, make sure that your words, it's just sad. So, okay, guys, let's move on. Actually, I wanted to talk about this first. Okay. So I saw this article that says T-Mobile's free YouTube premium deal is live. Now, I have T-Mobile. I don't know if you guys do. And I actually don't take advantage of a lot of T-Mobile Tuesday stuff. They're free Tuesdays where they give just a lot of free random stuff. And I saw this one and I was like, oh, I could do this one because I like using YouTube Premium. So this article here from Droid Life says T-Mobile's free YouTube Premium deal is live. The T-Mobile Tuesdays deal for 2 free months of YouTube Premium that we told you about yesterday is now live. If you're a T-Mobile customer, install the T-Mo Tuesdays app and claim it. And the instructions on how to do that is pretty easy. So install the T-Mobile Tuesdays app, log in, look for the 2 months free ad-free YouTube box and tap on it. Click the claim button. Now click the redeem button. When redirected to YouTube, you'll then get to start a 2-month trial where you'll also have to add a payment method. So a couple of things to note. One, if you don't want to continue with YouTube Premium after the 2 months, you have to remember to cancel, which is something that a lot of us, I think, always forget to do. Otherwise, you'll be automatically charged $11.99 a month. Two, if you are a current YouTube Premium subscriber, you're still eligible to get the deal. T-Mobile suggests you cancel your current subscription, then redeem this promotion. You have until April 21 to claim or save this deal to your T-Mobile Tuesdays app. Have you guys tried this? For you guys who haven't seen this, or if you guys for you guys who have seen this, have you tried to do this already? Because I saw this and right away I read the article because I was like, I want to get on this deal. I don't watch a lot of streaming stuff. I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch Hulu or Disney Plus. Surprise, surprise. I don't watch any of that. I watch a lot of YouTube. And I tried to claim this deal and I couldn't. Okay, so on my phone, I have the T-Mobile app, right? And on my T-Mobile app, hold on, I'm going to try to pull it up again. So on my T-Mobile Tuesdays app, I have nothing here, but my only deal is 10 cents. Can I, yeah, I always hate, that's probably not, I have 10 cents off gas. I have this like $100,000 giveaway, which is whatever. And that's it. I don't see anything for 2 free months of YouTube Premium, which would be awesome if I could do that. So I don't know. If you guys see it and I don't, let me know because I don't know why it's not showing up for me. So maybe there's something I'm missing. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because maybe that might be good for you guys, especially if you're on YouTube and you use it a lot and you don't want to see ads. I think it might be pretty helpful. So, okay. Moving on. Okay, so this article, and remember for a lot of you guys who haven't seen this, I usually pull up news that I haven't read yet, so kind of just sharing it with you guys. We're kind of learning together. But this article from Android Central says a mystery Google Cloud database apparently leaked personal info on 200 million Americans. Even though the database has been deleted, it remains unclear if its data was accessed by cyber criminals. And when I think about that, I'm like, yeah, it probably has. What you need to know, an unsecured Google Cloud database reportedly exposed the personal information of more than 200 million Americans. The records in the unsecured database contain details such as full names, email addresses, credit ratings, detailed mortgage and tax records of the exposed individuals. Fortunately, all the data present on the database was wiped by, quote, an unidentified party on March 3rd. That's kind of weird. Okay, so according to a report from Cyber News, an unsecured database hosted on the Google Cloud server had exposed the personal information of over 200 million users from the US. The database was owned by an unidentified party and had nearly 800 gigs of personal user information. While the entire database was wiped on March 3rd, Cyber News says it isn't clear if any malicious actors gained access to it before the wipe. I mean, in my head, if it got exposed and it got hacked, somebody must have gotten that info. It's also kind of really sad to say, but I just feel like at this point, it doesn't surprise me. This is something that just keeps happening over and over and over. And how people are going to use that data, I mean, who knows? And who knows if they use it a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, but eventually all of our info that's getting exposed. I think about people who either put all this together and imagine if they found they have like multiple databases. And if they just want to ensure that this information is correct, I have a feeling eventually they can just match them together and be like, yep, this name is familiar with this name and has the same address. This is the person. These are all the facts. We have all their info. I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind for me is people signing up for credit cards, using that, I don't know, signing up for other things that will affect your credit. And I mean, the last time I pulled my credit is actually weird because right now on my credit report, it has an address in Chicago that I never lived at. And it shows it on all my credit reports. And I was like, how did my name show up with a different address on all of my credit reports that I've never lived at. I have no affiliation with that address at all. I don't know. I know I have kind of a common last name, but yeah. So I don't know. It's stuff that freaks me out. The folks at Cyber News are speculating that the majority of the data on the main folder may have come from the United States Census Bureau and possibly belong to a data marketing firm or a credit company. The fact that all of our information is just stored in the cloud in so many different places, I what can you do, right? Do you just become a hermit and not have any of your info exposed online? Do you just write checks and keep cash under your bed all day? I don't know. So it says here, along with the main folder, the database contained two additional folders that were, quote, seemingly unrelated to the records in the main folder. The additional two folders contained emergency call logs of a fire department in the US and a list of 74 bike share stations belonging to a bike share program. I don't, it's just a lot of info, a lot of stuff has always been shared now over the years. And I feel like if somebody wanted to do something, they could. So I don't know. Okay. So let's see here. Adam. Hey, Jerome. Hello, all. Geekheim. Adam, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Glad you made it. Have I missed anything fun? My first story was about people who took hydroxychloroquine, something that Trump had tweeted about that would possibly cure coronavirus. And this couple in their 60s took it, and the man died, and now the woman's in critical condition. So not the most fun of stories. Oh, Brian already said that. Yeah, just a sad story about a couple in their 60s. So Dr. Trump was wrong again. Yeah, unfortunately. Brian says, and T-Mobile's promotion on 2 months of YouTube Premium for free for current users. Oh, yeah, but I haven't been able to access that. Adam, do you have T-Mobile? So on T-Mobile Tuesdays app, I know your brother, I know Mike does it. And it has two free months of YouTube Premium, and something I was trying to take advantage of, but my T-Mobile Tuesdays app isn't showing it. So I don't know. Oh, yes. Yeah, Adam says the GOP says the grandparents should sacrifice themselves for their grandkids' economy, which is really, it's funny you post this here. It's not funny, but that's something I'm talking about tonight on my live stream tonight with my news org. One of our stories is exactly that, where somebody said Lieutenant, was it Dan Patrick, was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna sacrifice my life for the economy. All of us should go back to work. It's like, no, like, you guys are, this is capitalism trying to make sure that we all go back to work, so like our stock market doesn't crash and all that garbage. So I don't know. Oh, Adam says he's Verizon. I gotcha. Okay. I already pay for the family YouTube Premium. It's 100% worth it. I know. I really need to get on that. I should just do a family thing with family. Try to get a better discount on it. George, hey, George, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I'll be here popping in and out, editing again, of course. Well, thanks for making the stream, George. I appreciate it, as always. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's move on here. This article also from Android Central. Wow, it looks like I have a lot of Android Central articles. Huawei's next flagship phone may have a touchscreen around its rear camera module. The patent application for the design was filed by Huawei in mid-2019. When I first saw this, I didn't read through it, but I was like, oh, this is pretty different. Something actually different coming out, or a patented thing. So what you need to know, a patent application filed by Huawei suggests the Mate 40 Pro could come equipped with a circular quad camera module featuring a touch-sensitive halo ring display around it. I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool concept. The touch-enabled ring will allow users to do things like control the volume, accept or reject phone calls, flip pages, and more. Huawei's Mate 40 series phones are expected to be launched in September this year. The one reason that this strikes me as interesting is it was the one thing that I loved about my Pixel 3, and I've said this many times, but the Pixel 3 has the fingerprint reader mounted in the back, and on the back of the obviously this is not a Pixel, but it would have the fingerprint reader back here, and if I wanted to scroll or swipe down for not scroll, but swipe down for notifications, I could just swipe down and swipe up, and I thought it was a great feature, and it's something that I wish I didn't get rid of. And then to see something like this, I'm not saying that this is the answer to it, but I think it's kind of a cool concept. Uh, for me, I feel like put the fingerprint reader back, rear mount it, and give us touch gesture features with it. I feel like it would be a great way to have a secondary way to control our phone. Um, I don't know, but I can say that until I'm blue in the face and I know nothing's going to happen. So, one of the most distinguishing design features of Huawei's Mate 30 Pro is undoubtedly the Halo ring embracing its quad camera setup. Now, a new patent granted to the Chinese company by the World Intellectual Property Office suggests the Mate 40 Pro's Halo ring might actually house a touch display. It's pretty cool. As per the drawings included in the patent application, the circular touch display embedded inside the Halo ring will enable users to control the volume, flip web pages, zoom in or out while using the camera, and more. When you receive a phone call and the phone is placed upside down, you'll be able to view caller ID information on the circular display. Users will even be able to read new messages without having to lift the phone. Okay, so I'm just trying to see how this would work. So it okay. Does it light up? Is there something here? I had a play button. I thought something was gonna play. Okay. Oh, so you get messages on it too? That's interesting. I was thinking more it was more of a touch sensitive thing where you can move around stuff on it. I didn't know it was gonna be like a display where it shows you the name and like a message or like pick up the phone or zoom in. Okay, I see. Um, as per the drawings included in the patent application, yeah, we just read that. In addition to the touch sensitive Halo ring, the drawings also suggest the Mate 40 Pro will have a quad camera array on the back, just like its predecessor. The Mate 40, as well as the Mate 40 Pro, are likely to be unveiled sometime in September this year. I don't know. It's a pretty cool concept. Whether or not they use it, I guess, is yet to be seen. Um, for me, I still want something where I can control something on the back of my phone just using touch gestures to control the front of the screen. Again, the best way to describe that is with my Pixel 3 with the rear finger, the rear finger mounted, the rear mounted fingerprint sensor, and using my finger to scroll down or swipe down and swipe up. I don't know. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, economy. I know, guys. It's gonna be a big mess. It's gonna be a big mess. Okay, so again, from Android Central, Redmi K30 Pro is here with a notchless AMOLED display, Snapdragon 865 chipset. The phone's 60 hertz display could be a deal breaker for some. Okay, and it has a pop out for the selfie cam, so a full front screen. Huh. Redmi today unveiled the K30 Pro in China, 3 months after it launched the Redmi K30. Just like its predecessor, the Redmi K30 Pro is a value flagship. Wow, is this right here? It will launch in China first, where it's been priced at 29.99 yuan, um, $425. Okay, that's super cheap. With an 865 chipset, the Redmi K30 Pro sports a 6.67-inch FHD Plus AMOLED display with 1200 nits peak brightness and HDR10 Plus support. However, unlike the Redmi K30 and most of its rivals, the K30 Pro only comes with a 60 hertz panel. That's not a deal breaker for me, but again, it might be a deal breaker for some. Under the hood is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor paired up with 8 gigs, up to 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. In the camera department, Redmi K30 Pro sports a quad camera setup featuring a 64 megapixel Sony sensor and support for 8K video recording. It also includes a 13 megapixel ultra wide, a 2 megapixel macro lens, and a 5 megapixel telephoto lens. While the K30 Pro doesn't offer impressive zoom capabilities, the K30 Pro Zoom Edition, okay, so there's a Zoom Edition, features an 8 megapixel telephoto lens with up to 30 times hybrid zoom. As for selfies, both the K30 Pro and K30 Pro Zoom Edition come with a 20 megapixel pop up camera. Some of the other key specs of the Redmi K30 Pro include a 4700 milliamp hour battery with 33-watt fast charging, Wi-Fi 6 support, IP53 water resistance, and a headphone jack. Um, so in China, 425 for the base version with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. And then the Zoom edition is priced, okay, it's priced at 565. So it's a little higher than what I want to pay, but it seems like it's pretty packed for a price at 565 for 8 gigs and 256 gigs of internal storage. While Redmi hasn't confirmed any plans of launching the K30 Pro in global markets yet, we expect it to make its way to India and select markets across Europe in the near future. Why don't we get these phones in the States? Why is this not a state? Is it because there's just a stronghold market for Samsung and other phone companies? Um, I just feel like at these specs at that price, that's such a good deal. We're talking about phones in the States that are going for $1,000 and $1,400, and they're hitting that 4-digit number. And these contain very similar specs as far as performance, um, display, and at a much, much deeper discount. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, George says, everyone will say it's a gimmick. I mean, I it's part of me feels like it could be until I try it, and then I'll tell you whether it's a gimmick or not. But in a lot of ways, some of that stuff is gimmicky. Yeah, we'll see. So Brian says tariffs. Yeah, tariffs. Um Sean says, yes, the US is the flagship mecca. Yep. I just want a more affordable phone, guys. That's really what I want. I just feel like it's coming out of our grasps at this time. Can't get a flagship phone without paying 4 digits for it. I don't know. Okay, so this article from the Mashable is the internet is getting slower in the US and Europe. Broadband speeds are falling in many European countries as well as North America. According to data from Speed Test, this is especially visible in the past week amid an unprecedented lockdown in many countries due to the coronavirus outbreak. In the US, mean fixed broadband download speed decreased from roughly 140 to 133 megabits per second in the week of March 16th compared to the week of March 9th. Over that same period, mobile broadband download speed went from about 75 to 72 megabits per second, which is actually not as huge of a drop as I thought. Canada experienced a similar slowdown in that period, roughly 129 to 121, while Mexico's broadband speeds remained flat. Numerous European countries experienced a similar slowdown too. For example, mean fixed broadband download speed went from about 103 to 93 in Germany and from 130 to 126 in Italy. Again, it's not the most surprising thing. A lot of people are working from home. A lot of people are not leaving the house. So it's keeping a lot more people kind of either plastered to a screen, while they're just trying to find something entertaining to do. Asian countries are following a different pattern. In China, where the coronavirus outbreak started much earlier and has already peaked, broadband performance decreased in mid-January, but has been steadily improving since. Decreased broadband performance is a serious issue at a time when numerous countries around the world are in partial or full lockdown to the outbreak. And I think that's a big reason why streaming services are limiting their quality from 4K or 1080p, and they're bringing it down to 720. I think I just read an article, I don't know if I have that on here, where YouTube videos I think are going to show it 480p or 360p standard as the default. I think you can still update that, change the quality to be higher, but I think they're defaulting it at a much lower resolution to kind of save on broadband. Okay, so the European Commissioner for Internal Market and Services, Thierry Breton, recently warned that as people increasingly move to working from home, streaming services are causing additional strain on broadband networks. To beat COVID-19, we stay at home. Teleworking and streaming help a lot, but infrastructures might be in strain. To secure internet access for all, let's switch to standard definition when HD is not necessary. I mean, I feel like it's the least you could do if you don't really care. For someone like me who doesn't even have a big screen TV, I watch most of my stuff on my phone anyway, so I'm not looking for the highest quality. So, okay, let's see. This article from the Next Web. PSA: Netflix isn't giving away free subs due to coronavirus. It's a scam. I didn't even see this. Nope, Netflix isn't handing out free subscriptions to its streaming service due to the coronavirus outbreak. You're probably being targeted in a phishing scam. And again, here we have people trying to take advantage of something serious happening to be beneficial on their end. Users have taken to social media to report receiving suspicious texts offering them, quote, free passes to the streaming service if they click a specific link. But while a freebie subscription might seem enticing in times of isolation, you might want to avoid the temptation to click. Netflix has nothing to do with these offers. I mean, here, right away, this says netflix-usa.net. That's not Netflix's website, guys. It's their website's netflix.com. The company told Business Insider it has no involvement in the campaigns, even though the URL and the suspicious text contain its name. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're giving away totally free access to our platform for the period of isolation until the virus is contained, a message on the malicious site reads. The campaign then asks visitors to complete a brief survey so they can claim a free pass. Once completed, users are asked to send the link to 10 other... Yeah, this is totally a phishing scam. I guess don't fall for it, guys. If it doesn't say Netflix.com, it's probably not. Plus, I don't think Netflix is. I haven't received. Well, I haven't used Netflix in a while, but I don't think it's commonplace for them to just send texts randomly to people. Sean says here, I download my content anyway. Adam says, "Oh, what's this? Just put my SSN in this form and I get free." Don't listen to Adam. That's not how it works. It does not work that way. Brian says, I try to download whenever possible. Don't want to deal with congestion. Yeah. I actually had a conversation with a friend about this. The one thing that I like doing is I still buy a lot of physical media, especially for stuff that I can't find on streaming services. But I don't know. Part of me feels like maybe I need to just start an online digital collection. But do I do that on Google or do I do that with iTunes? I don't know. I don't know what has better deals. I'm assuming Google has better deals for that kind of stuff. I don't really use Netflix and, other streaming services a lot, but I have a lot of like some of my favorite shows and favorite movies that I'd like to watch from time to time. And it would be cool to have an online collection because then I can just bring it anywhere with me and then either push it to Chromecast or whatever. But long story short, be careful with this whole Netflix coronavirus phishing scam. It's not real. So yeah, just I would pass on that. Adam says, oh, that's right. It's just all my commonly used passwords they need. George says, I watch you on my 4K TV while typing on my phone since my computer is busy with lots of 4K editing. Just checked the quality on the TV and YouTube is at 720 with no option to go higher. Actually, I think the only reason you're only able to watch it at 720 is my my webcam. I think I have an older webcam that I would need to upgrade one of these days, but I'm broke. So that's probably not happening anytime soon. But that's probably why, is my guess, I think. Adam says here, buy physical and rip it to a Plex server. So that's the thing, Adam, is I have so many box sets of TV shows that I like, right? Rick and Morty, The Simpsons, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I have like a guilty pleasure for King of Queens. I have all of these on DVD and Blu-ray, and I've ripped them all. And I've put all of them onto XBMC. Wait, it's not XBMC anymore. It's Kodi. Kodi is what I use, and it's worked really well. I've always liked doing that, but I guess at the same time, my one friend had a good point when we were talking about this a couple days ago, and he was like, "Yeah, but he's like, you can't bring that with you. People have to." And it's a fair point. and sometimes I have trouble ripping a lot of box set stuff, especially episodic shows, because I got to figure out which episode is which when I'm ripping it. And but yeah, I've been doing that for a long time, Adam. So I hear ya. Six says I still buy physical games and 4K Blu-rays depending on the movie. I'm way too old school. I think a lot of us are. Um, Six says, "LOL, King of Queens is the best." I don't know. It's such a weird guilty pleasure for me. I just enjoy that show, or I did. Um, Anna says, "What do you mean you can't bring it with you?" Well, so the way I rip, so I'll rip it and then I just, I keep it on a server at home. Why not? It's a very small server at this point. I have just a living room PC. I mean, I guess I could carry the PC with me, but that's not really what I'm trying to do. Um, Get some Jerome. You know what I'm talking? I do know what you're talking about. Do you remember Domino's? That's one of my favorite clips from King Queens. Anyway, let's see here. There are apps you can get on your phone to watch from your collection. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Y'all remember the King of we're sitting here talking about King of Queens. Yes, I remember that episode too. Okay, all right, let's move on, guys. Um, the Galaxy A31. I don't know anything about this phone. I really don't. I feel like I don't know anything about phones anymore. Uh, so this article from Android Central says the Samsung Galaxy A31 unveiled with 5,000 milliamp hour battery, 48 megapixel quad cameras. Yet another budget phone with a 48 megapixel camera. What you need to know: the Galaxy A31 is Samsung's latest A series smartphone. It comes equipped with a 6.4-inch FHD Plus AMOLED display and a massive 5,000 milliamp hour battery with 15 hours fast charging. That's pretty slow, isn't it, for fast charging? 15 watts and a 5,000 milliamp hour battery? That's a huge battery. It's expected to go on sale in select markets soon, although the pricing hasn't been revealed yet. Damn it, that's all I wanted to know is how much it costs. Samsung today quietly introduced a new addition to its popular A series smartphone lineup, the Galaxy A31. While it isn't a massive upgrade over last year's Galaxy A30, the A31 comes with a few significant upgrades. Again, it features a 6.4-inch FHD plus Super AMOLED display with a U-shaped notch, just like here. I lost my place now. Housing a 20 megapixel selfie camera. Powering the latest Galaxy A series phone is an octa-core MediaTek Helio P65 chipset coupled with up to 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. At the back is a quad camera array featuring a 48 megapixel primary sensor. Well, okay, so specs, yes. How much is this phone? How much does the A30 go for? It'll be launched in several countries across the globe in the coming weeks. It'll be available in 4 colors. And however, Samsung is yet to reveal exactly how much the phone will cost. I mean, it looks like a cool phone. There's just so many of these phones now. I'm losing count on what's decent and what's not. This is probably where I should do my homework, especially if I want to. I don't know. I'm trying to save money for whatever next iPhone comes out because I kind of want to get that. The Pixel 2, like for the 4A or whatever comes out. I think those are the next 2 phones I want to kind of be on the lookout for. So, Adam says his wife is like 10 levels too hot for him. Come on. I mean, you never know. Girls like guys, regardless of whatever. Six says, "LOL, his real wife is really beautiful. She has appeared on the show, so has Carrie's real husband." Yeah, Kevin James' wife is Filipina. Ask me why I know that, because I'm Filipino. Adam says, "I remain skeptical. I gotta head out. Workday is done with the shift work we have switched to. Have a great day, everyone." Adam, thanks so much for making the stream, man. Appreciate you stopping by. It was fun having you in the chat. So be safe there, man. I know you're probably still going out in and out for work, so be safe. Okay, guys, let's move on here. So this article from The Verge says Instagram will let you browse posts with friends over video chat to promote social distancing, in addition to ramping up its fight against coronavirus-related misinformation. Browse posts with friends? How does this work? I guess that's what the article's for. Instagram is ramping up its efforts to combat coronavirus related misinformation on its platform while also giving people tools to promote healthy behavior during the COVID-19 pandemic. These new measures are in addition to the company's existing misinformation policy, which Instagram has been actively enforcing alongside parent company Facebook over the course of the virus's worldwide spread over the last 2 months. Part of this new effort includes a new feature Instagram is calling co-watching. I don't know, that seems a little weird, which will let you browse posts with your friends over in-app video chat. The feature can be accessed by starting a video chat through the Instagram direct messaging tab and tapping the photo icon in the bottom left of the video chat screen. It lets you look at saved, liked, and recommended posts together as a group. I mean, I guess if you're an Instagram junkie that wants to share what you're looking at with other people, um, I'm not. It sounds silly, but I'm also not knocking it because, hey, put the feature out for people if it's something that they want to use, right? The new misinformation measures include a new educational alert at the top of search results for connecting users with World Health Organization resources, stickers promoting accurate and verifiable information from health authorities, like a quote, stay home sticker to promote social distancing, more aggressive removal and moderation of coronavirus related content from the Explore tab, and downranking of content in both the Instagram feed and in stories that doesn't meet the bar of third party fact checkers. Actually, I think that's my next article. Yeah, if posts are rated false by third party fact checkers, we remove them from Explore and hashtag pages, an Instagram spokesperson said in a statement to The Verge. We also remove false claims of conspiracy theories that have been flagged by leading global health organizations and local health authorities as having the potential to cause harm to people who believe them. And actually, that's what this article here from Engadget is. Instagram will downrank posts debunked by fact checkers. Instagram is finally giving disinformation, hoaxes, and conspiracy theories the same treatment as Facebook does. The company announced that it will downrank posts that have been debunked by fact checkers as part of its effort to fight misinformation in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. This is a I just part of me wonders who's doing the fact checking, who's making sure that it's not a conspiracy theory and it is fact. It's kind of a gray area for me here. But I was just as I was talking about earlier, um, misinformation is a big issue that needs to get corrected. I think just in general. The photo sharing app began sending posts to third party checkers last year, but until now, those posts could still appear prominently in users' feeds, even if they carried quote, false information labels. The app has taken steps to hide posts from public facing areas of the app like Explore and hashtag pages. Notably, Instagram says the update applies not just to coronavirus misinformation, but to all posts in feed and stories that are debunked by its fact checkers. The app will also hide coronavirus themed accounts from its recommendations and won't showcase posts in Explore unless they were shared by a credible health organization. Yeah, so again, they're talking about co watching where you can view posts together via group video chats. Again, kind of weird, but I mean, don't take away a feature if people are going to use it, right? Instagram users will now be able to view posts they've recently saved or liked while they're chatting with friends. The feature, which has been rumored since last year, comes as Facebook says calls between users on Messenger and WhatsApp have spiked around the world. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Next article from Android Police. All the smaller features in Android 11 Developer Preview 2 you might have missed. Files by Google takes over, a new wallpaper picker, conversation tweaks, and several works in progress. As expected, the second Android 11 developer preview had a few more features hidden inside it than Google let on in the initial announcement. We've covered several of the more prominent features in individual posts, but to save a bit of time, we've compiled the rest of the changes spotted so far in this list. File Picker gets two new sort options. The old Files app still sort of exists, though through the File Picker, the screen that appears when trying to select a file to upload or interact with inside another app. While the Files app and File Picker have had sorting options for file types and categories like images, audio, and videos, okay, 2 new options were spotted in Android 11, large files, which is right here, and quote, this week. Also note this change is present on Android 11 DP1 as well. We missed it before. Um, and then confirm SIM deletion. A new toggle in settings security appeared on developer preview 2, which appears to control a verification check before deleting downloaded SIM. Okay, likely eSIM data. Currently turning off deleting your eSIM apparently doesn't trigger a check. And then a wallpaper picker in the styles menu. In addition to the new clock picker we spotted, the wallpaper chooser in the styles menu and settings has picked up an improved layout, likely due to an update in the Google Wallpapers app. Sorry, it's a lot of talking, and I think I feel my voice getting a little hoarse here. Tap to restart this app and go full screen. Wait, this is what? Tap to restart this app and go full screen. First spotted by the folks at XDA developers, a new setting to restart apps in a forced full screen mode appears on DP2 if the apps don't properly scale to use taller aspect ratios. That's cool. For older or unmaintained apps, it might come in handy, though it may also misbehave. Conversation notification tweaks, important contact avatars. There's so much stuff. I'm not following everything. Okay, hold on. Let's see what this is about. Furthermore, if you mark a given conversation contact as quote important, their avatar will replace the notification icon. Oh, I see. Okay. We don't know how many apps this contact avatar support might ultimately work with, but we know it plays nice with Google's first-party messenger app. Picture-in-picture resizing, a software teardown of Android 11 DP2 reveals that we may someday be able to resize the picture-in-picture overlay used by some apps like YouTube. That'd be cool. Manage conversation setting. There's a lot of stuff. I just, part of me feels like I would need to really play with it to kind of give a better feedback of how it works. Multiple audio device playback, silent notifications can be hidden, call recording. Is that call recording or it's not screen recording, just call recording. Okay. Volume key accessibility, lock screen shortcut, new display cutout options for developers, Android Flash tool compatibility, expanded support for authentication prompts. It's a lot of stuff. I always like that Android Police kind of breaks stuff like that down. It might not be for everybody, but these little things that people don't notice that even developers might need comes in handy. So, okay, let's see. Okay, so I have this article from Android Central. So it's titled "You've been asking for a new small phone. Well, the clamshell foldable is it. Finally, a smartphone that fits in my pockets. It's a miracle." So someone like me, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have problems putting a phone in my pocket. I use an iPhone 11 Pro. I use a Pixel 4. I have used like the Moto G7 that's a little bigger, but they all still fit in my pocket pretty well. And I just don't think right now is still a time for a foldable phone, especially with like the hinge issues and the screen issues that they get. But okay, so if I weren't self-isolating to avoid coronavirus, I would be writing this editorial from Walt Disney World, my favorite place to work through writer's block. And drawing eyes left, right, and center would be my shoulder holster, which I've worn every day for the last 4 years in order to ensure I can securely carry whatever ridiculously sized smartphone crosses my desk for work. While I'm working from home, though, my holster sits in its designated cubby, and I'm back to carrying the Galaxy S20 I called pocket friendly from room to room in my hand. Why? Because the second I sit down, the S20 starts stabbing me in the ovary or attempting to suicide slide out of my pocket onto my vinyl floors. Actually, I think I might have had that happen where sometimes I sit down and I feel the phone sliding out of my pocket. It's not often, though. I begged for years for us to get back to a reasonably sized phone, nostalgic for the days with my 2013 Moto X and the ability to sit down with my phone secure in my pocket. At long last, we have a viable answer to our prayers in the clamshell foldable form factor and the Galaxy Z Flip. Early foldables tried to be a tablet and a phone and ended up not doing really either that well. However, clamshell foldables just try to be great phones that are more portable than regular glass slabs that dominate today's relatively tame or lame smartphone market. The Motorola Razr even tried to recapture the zeitgeist of the original Razr's slim flip phone days, but it's too fragile to recommend, especially now. I'm not going to read this whole article. It's a very long article. I guess I'm not in that category. Foldable phones are still really expensive for one. I don't think they're perfectly designed yet, right? Again, there are issues with the screen, the physical screen itself, the display, the hinge of like folding it multiple times over time. I guess if you really need a pocketable phone, I can see that. I still don't think it's worth that money. I still think you can get a much better phone at a much better price without having a foldable phone. But I guess if portability, pocketability is your number one priority, okay, I guess it still wouldn't be something I would recommend, but that's me. Okay, so Brian says skinny jeans problems. George says, I'm with you, Jerome. I never have problems putting a phone in my pocket. Of course, I don't own a Galaxy Fold. George says, oh yeah. And I don't wear one pair of my I don't wear my one pair of skinny jeans, even though she'd like me to. So I mean, I wear pretty, I won't call them skinny jeans, but my like the pairs of pants I have are tailored and they're pretty slim cut. But I don't really have pocket problems. It might be different. I mean, this article is from a woman, right? I mean, she did say ovaries, yeah. And so maybe her pockets are smaller, just the way, like, I don't know. I don't know the physical. This is a weird thing to go into. The pockets fit fine for me is what I'm saying. Again, I don't recommend a foldable phone unless that is your number one priority. Otherwise, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, get pants with bigger pockets, buy cargo pants that are not stylish at all. I don't know. Okay. So here's an article from Forbes that is not surprising at all that says exclusive Disney Plus sees a huge subscription spike as homebound audiences clamor for content. As Americans brace for spending weeks or months, I am thinking months inside as the coronavirus pandemic spreads, they are subscribing to additional streaming services, with Disney Plus proving to be far and away the most popular choice. I don't have Disney Plus. I've never used it. Again, I use YouTube for everything. No Netflix, no Hulu, no HBO. I do have YouTube TV though, but that was because my mom needed something to watch and they have like a 6-person family plan. So why not? But I still don't watch much on that either. Between Saturday, March 14th and Monday, March 16th, 2020, the number of Disney Plus signups more than tripled compared to the same period from the week prior. Coinciding with school closures across the country, the period saw the biggest gain for family-friendly Disney Plus in 2020. The trend, according to Antenna co-founder and CEO Ramirez Tays, was observed from data collected from opt-in consumer panels. Premium streaming services, including HBO Now and Showtime, also saw steep gains. I mean, I think everybody in the streaming service right now is going to benefit from people being at home, people wanting something to watch, people needing content. I feel like it's also the same for people who watch a lot of YouTube. They benefit from, I guess, people like me doing a stream, or a lot of people doing streams. It's one of those things where we're always looking for something to watch, something new, something different. And to see these increases is not surprising, really. So just leave it there. Okay, this article from Droid Life. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave that up the whole time. Okay, this article from Droid Life The Galaxy S20, S20 Plus are $200 off right now at Amazon. How long has it been since this phone came out and now they're already $200 off? I don't know if they're off because of coronavirus and just the market, but that's pretty quick to have these already priced lower. So Samsung's Galaxy S20 line of phones is an expensive one. There's no getting around that fact. So when discounts arrive, we tend to want to let you know immediately, especially if you've been eyeing one without the want to pay full price. Today is a good day to buy. Amazon has both the Galaxy S20 and Galaxy S20 Plus on sale with a $200 discount. That promo will get you a Galaxy S20 for as little as $799. As little as $799 is a stretch. Or a Galaxy S20 Plus for $999. Yes, I know. They're all expensive anyway. So a $200 discount is a pretty good discount. Are either of these devices worth it at 800 and 1000? We could argue over that for days. I still don't know if they're worth that much, to be honest with you. The Galaxy S20 Plus is just a bigger S20, so I'm going to assume it's as good. Seriously, these two phones are awesome in so many ways: display, camera, design, performance, and camera. The deal doesn't need a coupon code, so just start shopping by color and then sit back as your new phone arrives. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. It's still a great deal. Brian says here, I knew this would quote grind your gears, Jerome. Yeah, you're lucky you didn't say grind your gears in front of Adam. Adam does not does not like when Mike uses that term. Um, I just it's still expensive, man. $800 for a phone. Shit. I just I don't know. So but it makes me wonder what the used phone segment, if they're going to price it even lower than 800 now, because these are starting to come down in price. I mean, I don't know if it's a permanent thing, right? I don't know if this is going to stay 800 forever, but for them to knock it off $200 at this point, it's just what's bound to come later on. Just continued discounts and maybe deeper ones. So, okay, last article here. And I don't know. I'm a little hoarse right now. It's a lot of talking. Typically I've been okay with it. Today, maybe just because it's back-to-back days. I don't know. So this article from businessinsider.com, I don't really get my tech news from businessinsider.com. I don't know how this one came up for me, but this article says iPhone fans should be excited that Apple might add a periscope camera lens to iPhones in 2022. Check out these photos taken with another phone's periscope lens. What other phone? The Galaxy S20 Ultra? That's my assumption here. This is a weirdly worded article to get people to click on what a periscope lens might look like on an iPhone. So the iPhone that Apple is expected to release in 2022 is rumored to come with a periscope style camera that could dramatically boost the quality of zoom photos compared to today's iPhones with standard zoom cameras. Samsung added a periscope zoom lens to its $1,400 Galaxy S20 Ultra in 2020, which should give you an idea of what to expect if Apple's 2022 iPhone comes with a periscope zoom lens. I took some photos from the tallest buildings in New York City before the pandemic with the Galaxy S20 Ultra and iPhone 11 Pro Max, and it clearly shows how much of a difference a periscope zoom lens makes. Okay, so let's just look at the pictures. Let's skip this part right now. So here's a photo taken with the iPhone 11 Pro Max at 10 times zoom, which uses the iPhone's 2 times optical zoom lens as well as digital zoom. Now here's a 10 times optical zoom photo taken with the Galaxy S20 Ultra's periscope lens. It's significantly sharper and there's way more detail. Future iPhones could really benefit from a periscope lens. Sure, I'm sure they could. I'm just looking at these photos. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it is better quality here on the periscope lens. Sorry, guys. I'm looking and I'm using my photography eye to just compare the two. Here's a photo taken without zoom with the Galaxy S20 Ultra to show you how far 10 times zoom is, which should give some perspective. Um, so without the zoom. Oh, I gotcha. So where is that here? Far away? Is that maybe? Here's another example. This is the iPhone 11 Pro Max's camera at 10 times zoom. Now here's a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra's photo at 10 times zoom. There's no fair comparison to be made here. I mean, it's definitely a better picture, but it's also very zoomed in. It doesn't look awful, right? Am I crazy? Hold on. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a lot clearer on the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Can't take that away from them. No, it looks good. Still don't know if it's worth all that extra money, but again, this is the iPhone 11 Pro we're comparing it to. So just what, an extra $200 since this is the Pro Max? Huh. Okay. Here's the perspective shot without zoom. The Galaxy S20 Ultra's periscope lens affords it some incredible zoom ranges when combined with artificial digital zooming. It can go all the way up to 100 times zoom. Yeah, that looks awful. Yeah. Here's the photo at 30 times zoom, which still isn't great, but it's still something the iPhone 11 phones can't achieve at all. Yeah, but who would use? Well, I don't know. I guess there's always a use case for something, right? Um, and that's it. I don't know. It's not the best. It's not like I don't look at these pictures and it looks better. Don't get me wrong, it looks better. Um, I'm yeah, like this is definitely better than what the iPhone gives you here. Definitely better. No, it's good. It's good. I'm not trying to yeah, I'm not trying to be biased here. It is the better camera for zoom for 10 times optical. So, George says, I agree, Jerome. Unusually busy article headline. Clickbait. Yeah, it's definitely clickbait. Um, it's a photo comparison one though, which got me interested in it. I had this idea, and I don't know what the copyright issues would be, but it would be to take a look at other YouTube videos that are comparing pictures and then reviewing their review. Do you know what I'm saying? So like if somebody had a video about comparing the S20 Ultra with the iPhone 11 Pro, um, I wanted to see if maybe I could take a look at what they say and how they feel about it and what my thoughts are. Um, I don't know. I could also see myself getting copyright strike for it, so maybe not. Uh, Brian says just throw on a Zoom attachment and call it a day. I mean, that's a thing too, right? Again, the argument there is, well, I don't want to carry an extra thing with me, but how many people are zooming in that closely? I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to hate. It's great to see improvements in telephoto lenses, especially from that kind of a distance. I guess yeah, I don't know. I guess I just need to see how the price points uh fare between the two. Because if if I'm only paying extra money for more zoom, that might not be the most worthwhile spending of my money. You know what I mean? So, okay, guys, that might be it for today. No, that is it for today. I'm gonna leave it here. So for everybody that came by, thank you guys so much for supporting. I forgot to say this earlier, but if you guys haven't and you're still around, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, all that kind of YouTube mantra stuff. Again, thank you guys so much for joining the stream today. I will probably stream again tomorrow, and probably again at 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. So feel free to look for me. I hope all of you guys are staying safe out there. uh I it's I feel like I'm saying this daily now, but it's important, right? And then if you guys have a chance, feel free to look for me on Instagram at Phone Jerome. Look for me on Twitter at Phone Jerome. Or if you want to I've been doing daily videos. Well, the last 2 days on Patreon, I do like a patron only video where I kind of just give people a roundup of what I'm doing for the day or what my plans are. And I might just start adding life stuff in there. I don't know. I'm still working on that, but you can look for me on Patreon also at patreon.com/Jerome Ortega. Otherwise, I will see you guys soon. So thank you guys for stopping by today. It was fun. Um, there's always stories to talk about, and hopefully, it was entertaining and we can share this kind of stuff and learn more and be tech savvy and all that kind of good wordy stuff. So I'm ending the broadcast here, guys. So have a good one, and I will talk to you later.